Hello and welcome to Red Devils TV. It has been a really disappointing weekend, as we all know, and we basically lost 3 points basically, and I think that we should have get the 3 points, and instead of a draw, and as we all know, our poor defense really stopped us from getting the 3 points. And by defense I only mean Victor Lindelof and Harry Maguire. They really fucked our title challenge, and basically now City has a big advantage over us. They have 2 points. They are 2 points ahead of us with 2 games in hand, and unless Liverpool beats them tonight, I don't think that I don't think that we have a chance against City. And judging by their recent form, and I think their defense has really improved. The midfield is good, and yeah, there are certain problems in their attack. That's why they are trying to sign Haaland in the summer. But I think after Aguero and De Bruyne returns, I think it will be all fine, and they will return to their past form. So there's nothing to worry. And I think, and now the situation stands that if we want to win the Premier League, which is looking impossible at this stage, not only we have to play well, but it is necessary for City to drop points. Basically, City have a tough matches. After Liverpool, they are Tottenham, Arsenal, West Ham. So they are, and after that, in 6th of March, we will play them at Etihad Stadium, and so that's really tough. So I think that Liverpool is out of the title race. I don't think that they possess a far much threat, and if we slip down, then they may give us a threat for the top 4 and not for title race. Basically, I don't think that with this current crop of players, I don't think that Klopp will be able to mount a title challenge. So Liverpool is out. So I think the battle is only between us and City. And the one thing, and getting into the match reaction. So basically, I don't know how the hell. I don't know. I am asking you guys, how the hell did Harry Maguire and Victor Lindelof end up in our team? Basically, end up in our club. I mean, Harry Maguire was bought for 90 million, and Lindelof was bought for around 50 to 45 million. And if we add the add-ons, basically it comes the price of both the defenders can come close to nearly 150 million. So we bought 2 defenders for 150 million, and they can't defend properly basically, and they can do even the basics. Basically, the third goal which we conceded was really poor, and I'm just astonished by the defending. Basically, I'm very much disappointed. It's shambolic basically, and I don't think that Harry Maguire should be a captain of Manchester United. I don't think that he deserves, and I think he's a disgrace in the name of a man, and as a captain of Man United, and he disgraces the name of Roy Keane, Sir Bobby Charlton, Bobby Robson, everyone, and players, and short-term captains like Nemanja Vidic, Gary Neville were much better captains than him. So Eric Cantona, and I don't think that he's cut out for the captain, and I don't think that he can be a future player. I don't think, and many people can argue with me that if we put a fast centre back who has pace, I think he will perform well. But for me, if a 90 million defender has the attributes that is required for 90 million, then why should we pay the price for a 90 million? I think he should be a 40 to 50 million defender, and he should not be a 90 million, because if you are 90 million or 80 million defender, you should be more like Ruben Dias and Virgil van Dijk. You have all the attributes, you have everything. Emerick Laporte didn't price is not 80 million. They didn't buy for that for much, but I think his price is now for 80 million, and those 3 defenders are the Khalida Koulibaly. These 4 defenders are the prime examples of an 80 to 90 million defender, and they have all attributes. They have pace, they have physicality, they are good in aerial, they are good in ground, so they are good in tackling, they have leadership skills. So that's what you get from a 90 million. I don't think that Maguire is a good 90 million, and Lindelof should be sold basically. I think if we sell Maguire, I don't think that we will profit that much, so I think it's better to keep Maguire rather than Lindelof. But I think Lindelof should be sold. I don't think that he can be a future centre back for us, and I think he should be sold basically. And see, I think that defeat is acceptable. And defeat is a big part of football, and without defeat you cannot go, and you cannot choose the right path towards success, and you cannot learn what your mistakes were. But I think that you have to be a good loser. You have to accept defeat, but that doesn't mean that you forget it. Basically, you have to learn from you have to learn the mistakes from it, and you have to work hard to not repeat the mistakes that you did in the previous matches. But I think that we bought Maguire last summer, and it has been almost close to 2 years since they are starting regularly for Manchester United, and they are a regular centre back duo. And I don't think that they learned anything from the past season to this now, and I think they are repeating the same mistakes. And the thing which angered me the most and disappointed me the most was the third goal we conceded, basically. And I've said it a number of times that why the hell is Maguire a spearman? I've said it a lot of times, basically. Maguire should not be a spearman, and with his height and physicality, I think he should be the main man, and the main man who marks everybody, and he should be the center of set pieces, whether it's a free kick, whether it's an indirect free kick, it's a corner. I think he should be the center of it. And in the third goal we conceded, he was in the far post, basically, and I don't know what he was thinking. He may have thought that there should be any deflection, and then he would have cleared it and we would have won the match. But he put Lindelof, who didn't mark anyone. And the most ridiculous thing which I found is that they didn't do anything. Is fine, but they played onside the three different players. I think it was Michael Keane, Holgate, and Dominic Calvert-Lewin. I think they played three players onside. Maguire was in a disadvantage. He knew. I think he should have been stepped back, but he stepped forward and played those attackers. Played those players, not attackers. They played those players, and we suffered the costs. Basically, we gave the cost, and the match was drawn. Basically, we were denied of 3 points, and many people are blaming David De Gea, and I can understand your frustration, and I think there is some fault for David De Gea, but I don't think that we should scapegoat him, and this is a problem with maximum fans and media outlets, that they intend to criticize more of the non-English players than the English players. Basically, they always slander. Whenever if you have supported Man U for the last 3 to 4 years, you may have noticed that this is very particular thing, and majority of fans have noticed it, that players like Pogba, Martial, even Bruno has been criticized. De Gea have been criticized. Non-English players have been criticized. Andre Herrera was criticized before he left. So this is a big agenda, I think, that against non-English players, because that's why they're non-English, and players like Harry Maguire get away easily, basically, and that's what disappointed me the most. When he should get the most criticism, and people like Axel Tuanzebe are getting criticism, and it's really shameful, because for a young player and talented player like him, his confidence is shattered, basically, and I don't know why the people are doing, and I can guarantee you that they are not Manchester United supporters. They are not Manchester United. If they were Manchester United supporters, they knew that if they wrote those things and they remarked those racial abuses, they knew that it would shatter his confidence, and he would not have played well, basically. And he would have played in the future. He would play matches in a state of fear, basically, that he would be not confident about doing things. He would be in fear that if I misplace a pass, I will be racially abused. So I think that Manchester United should do something towards that. And basically, the attack was good as usual. Cavani was good, and I think this is the difference between Cavani and Martial. Many people say that Martial is a good false nine, and I also agree to that. But I think his work ethic is really bad. His work ethic is really bad. His work rate is bad. He's very much lazy, and he doesn't put enough track backs. He doesn't put less effort, and the proof was against Sheffield United. We lost that match very badly. So in the later few stages, by the 85th minute, he didn't put much effort. But Cavani was really good. Bruno was fantastic, and I think my man of the match contender should be. Besides Cavani, should be Bruno Fernandes and Aaron Wan-Bissaka. I think those two played really well, And Fred was really suspect in this match. Fred is a really underrated player, and I rate him basically, but I think that he was a fault. He misplaced a lot of passes, and he didn't took the possession back, and that created chances. And I don't understand one thing, that why the hell are people blaming Axel Tuanzebe. Tuanzebe did the right thing by fouling Godfrey, and if he didn't have fouled Godfrey would have overlapped him and whipped across, and there would have been a chance of any player, whether it would have been Richarlison, or Dominic Calvert-Lewin scored by a header. So there was a 50 chance, and so I think he did what he had to do basically. But the blame should have been put on Lindelof and Maguire, not Axel Tuanzebe. And it's really, really bad. And the thing which I worried about the most in the January transfer window was that there may come a situation when we think that in the near future, in maybe March or April or May, that we could think that if we would have bought one centre back, it would have changed our season and we would have won the Premier League. And I think people may not realize it sooner than later. I think that they will realize it later than sooner. So basically, but I think it will be the case basically. And until and unless City tragically drop points, they play very poorly, I don't think that we have a shot at this Premier League title, and the title is over basically. The title is absolutely over, and our centre backs have absolutely fucked it basically. And I think it's really disappointing performance by the players, and Harry Maguire, Victor Lindelof. I think that's what football is. 9 players will play good and only 2 players will play bad, and the effort of 9 players will be removed basically. So that's what football teaches us basically. If 1 or 2 players play bad, the team doesn't work basically. And Pogba got injured. I think it's a very serious blow, and as Ole said in the post-match conference, that he has a muscle injury, and I think he will be out for 2 or 3 weeks basically. I don't know what will happen after the report comes, but I think it's a serious injury and he was limping. And his injury was a major factor in our attacking prowess, because I don't think that McTominay scored a goal, but I don't think that they attacked that much after Pogba got injured. And Pogba was really good till the 35th minute, 40 minute, which he was basically. And he was one of our best players, but I think his absence really put a big hole in our midfield. And the main problem which we will face in the near future, I think that we will play again the same boring counter-attacking football. We will play deep, because Ole knows that if he plays higher line, his defense will get exposed, like it did against Sheffield and Arsenal, and today was a prime example of it basically. So I think he will tell the fullbacks not to overlap, and I think he will tell also the CDMs to sit back, and I think he will play Pogba in left wing and Rashford in right wing. So I think they will not utilize anything, and therefore the team will underperform. So I don't know what Ole will do, and basically it's really turmoil basically. And the blame goes to Edward and Co. and the Glazers basically, because they didn't back us. We needed a centre back at the January transfer window. I don't mind if it was someone else other than Upamecano. There are a lot of good centre backs under the radar price of 40 to 50 million, and I think Upamecano was not the only option, and we could have bought anyone basically. And I think the board didn't back us, and without the proper backing, I don't think that we will win a Premier League. And today I'm going to make a bold decision, not a bold decision, I think it's a bold prediction, basically more of a bold prediction, that we will never win the Premier League under this regime, under this ownership, and definitely not under the defensive duo of Lindelof and Maguire, until and unless someone goes, either Lindelof goes, most probably Lindelof will go if we buy Koundé or Upamecano or Pau Torres or anybody like that in the summer. I think Maguire will not go, because Maguire is 19 million, and United knows that they will not get half the price basically of his poor form. And Maguire is suspect to a lot of things, and many people have said that. And the thing which I want to say is basically, many rival fans and our own fans are saying that you are moaning a lot. I've seen many fan clubs basically that they're saying that you are moaning a lot. The aim was to win. The aim was to win a trophy and solidify in the top 4 place. And I'm not saying that they are absolutely wrong. I agree with them to some extent, but I think that this season was the best chance we had to win the title since Sir Alex left. Basically, since 2013 we last won the title. So I think I don't think that we will do what Liverpool did basically a few years ago. That they failed into 2018 final. Basically, they lost against Real Madrid, and they came back the next season and won the UCL. They failed against City in the 2018-19 campaign, and they won the Premier League title next season. So I don't think that we will get that, because Liverpool got a lot of backing and Klopp got the right amount of players, the right personal players, and basically I don't think that Solskjaer will get the same amount of backing. So I don't think that we have a chance. So I think this season was the best chance we had, basically, to nick a title and to get some future plans for Solskjaer basically. And I think he would have got the backing by the club if he had won the Premier League. So I don't know what will happen next. We have to hope for the best, and let's hope that United plays well. But definitely I will say that there is 80% chance of not winning the league, and even Ole has said it himself in the post-match conference. And I think the post-match conference was a full of dumb questions, dumb answers, and it was and it also had a good answer. So one of the dumb answers which Ole gave was that the 30 to 35 seconds which was given for the extra time was unfair. I mean, you literally bought Axel Tuanzebe, mate. That's why the ref get 30 to 35 seconds basically extra. So you have no excuse for that. You can't make that an excuse. So basically that's a boring excuse. And the thing which he said the best, that we are conceding a lot of goals, and without fixing the problems of defense, I think that we will never be considered, and we should not be considered as title challengers rather than winning the title basically. And I think he is right, and I think I can appreciate him on that, and I think we are on the same page with Ole basically. And without improving the defense, and I think that just like many have said before me, that we have a title winning attack and a relegation from defense. And just as Sir Alex said, that attack wins you games but defense wins you championships, titles basically. And without strengthening the defense, I cannot see Man United either win the Premier League or Champions League. They can win Europa League or FA Cup, I think. Not this season. I'm not saying that about this. I'm saying in the past and in the future, 1 or 2 seasons without strengthening the defense. I can't see them challenging for the major honours basically. So I think we need to improve our defense. I think the main 2 positions which we have to, I don't know if we will buy Sancho or Grealish or Haaland. I think other than buying Sancho, I think Haaland will go to Man City, and I think Grealish will stay at Aston Villa for 1 or 2 years. And I think it's a load of bollocks, and I don't think that we should believe in it too much. So that's a really big fact for us. I think the 2 positions that we should strengthen immediately are CDM and centre back position. We need a fast centre back alongside to partner with Harry Maguire, and we need a centre CDM who can hold his ass on his own. And we don't have to bubble wrap our centre midfielders and our centre backs basically. And McTominay and Fred are not good enough if they're alone basically, and we can see that basically they get run past, and McTominay does sometimes these idiotic bunny hops like that, and it really angers many fans basically. And so I think that we need a good center defensive midfielder and a centre back. And after we have strengthened those positions, I think we can go for a right wing or striker. So I think in the summer, if I am predicting from the summer transfer window, I think that our main target should be centre back, CDM and an attacker. I don't care if it's a right wing or a centre forward. If United buys Haaland or Sancho, any one of them basically, I don't think that we will get Haaland or Sancho in one transfer window. Doesn't matter if Borussia Dortmund doesn't get any European qualification, European football, but they will. But mainly we don't have the money basically. I think they can sell both their players to us, but I don't think that Man United won't spend the money that much, and we don't have that kind of money because of the COVID finances. COVID affected a lot of finances basically, and we don't have the regular money. And I think that attacker and CDM and centre back is the main priority. and basically let's see what happens on the title race. So we have to just bear the pain basically of we had a dream of winning the 21st Premier League title in this era to prepare, and there were many hashtags also released that Premier League 2021. So I think it's a long dream away, and I think we still need some rebuilding. We need some backing from the club. So have a nice day, and cheer up. Basically, don't stay sad. And one thing I can say that positive things are coming, and I think Ole and Man United will bounce back after that defeat. So until then, goodbye, and stay safe and stay healthy.